YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Ian K for Peep This Out here with another talkback for The Walking Dead, this time episode 6, an episode titled Live Bait. This is the episode everybody has been waiting for. Exactly what has the governor been up to ever since the catastrophic events of last season. Very, very crazy to see, obviously, the character back in the role. David Morrissey doing what he does best. Obviously, he owns this character. Very different take on what I was expecting this character to be doing a few months down the road, but clearly we pick up a few months after the events of what happened there. Clearly, David Morrissey's the governor, looking very, very grisly. He's been on the road. We don't know exactly how he was separated from those two guys at the end of last season, but again, we'll get to that in just a minute. Towards the end of this episode, we see the reuniting of exactly those two characters in particular. But an amazing beginning. Very emotional episode. That's the thing about The Walking Dead, guys. I don't know about you guys, it is all about the multi-dimensional aspects of these characters, the villains that you think are the villains, what are the motivations behind them. Clearly this was pulling at your heartstrings regarding Penny, the daughter of David Morrissey's governor character. Really, really sad to see overall. Obviously, he's still got that thing with Michonne going. I'm sure that's going to come back. But we pick up this episode where the governor is on the road, trying to survive, doing what he needs to do. He befriends two sisters along with the daughter of one of them. Looks very reminiscent of Penny, actually, when he finally sees, it seems like he's really at wit's end coming into town, and you see him looking up, and then you see this girl in the window. It looks like his daughter, and then it looks like, oh man, you know, is that Penny? Is that who she is? I thought he was kind of delirious a little bit there. He makes his way over. And then that's when the episode really truly begins. We're introduced to her as well as the two sisters and the father, who apparently is dying of lung cancer and is on life support pretty much with oxygen. You really see the aspect of David Morrissey's character doing what he does best with this character. He's a very conflicted man, reflecting on exactly what he had done, what had gone on the last few months in Woodbury, obviously there. So clearly the episode was really kind of just his particular journey in terms of this point in time for him. One of the highlights, of course, one of the sisters asking if they can go to a nursing home to pick up a canister of oxygen for the dad, and obviously it's infested with zombies and walkers, I should say, so a lot of stuff ensued there. I was really hoping he was going to be able to get that full cart of those canisters out, because I thought it would have been great, but clearly he was sent there just to get one, and that's all he was able to get. But very tense scene, again, special effects on point, tension was there. The show is just always on point in terms of the special effects. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the best season of The Walking Dead so far. Finally, when he does get back to deliver that canister of oxygen to the sister there, things go down and the father eventually passes away, and unfortunately, the granddaughter of the girl who looks just like Penny, the governor's daughter that he lost there, basically witnesses the governor going down and killing the father from becoming a walker anyway, because we obviously know what happens when you pass away in the show. You come back as a walker, and of course the girl saw that, and the governor, or Brian we should say his name, killed him again right in front of her. So it was very tense there overall. But overall, the episode wrapped up with them on the run, basically the governor wanting to leave. The girls wanted to just stay with him, stay together. They pretty much had nothing left at that point there. And at that point, when things get crazy, as they're going down the road, they fall into a trap. Turns out that one of the mercenary guys that David Morrison's character was affiliated with last season recognizes him, and that's exactly where the episode ends. And judging by the coming attractions for next week, it is looking like it is going to be another camp situation where they're pretty much all surviving together, and I can only see the governor coming back in full form. I think towards the end of this episode, I should say, there's a scene where he burns the picture that we've seen him look at so many times before. It almost seems like his past life is truly over, it's gone. It's time to move on to the next thing, the next stage of his evolution, his life, and to see exactly what's going to go on from there. But considering he was visible at the end of last week's episode at the prison, you obviously know that he hasn't forgotten about what's going on there. There's a lot of bad blood, turmoil, things coming on there as well. So very, very slow-paced episode, aside from some of the action sequences at the nursing home overall there. But in terms of character development, they really pushed the character along kind of very, very quickly. I mean, they really could have spent maybe a couple of episodes exploring this aspect of him before he kind of was reconnected with the people that he was affiliated with already. But very, very nicely done. Looking forward to next week. As always, every single week it's going to be an amazing episode. We're going to see conversation that's going to elevate and eventually, I think, bring everything around and about and bring us back to the prison and connect everything up, and then it's just going to go from there. So totally looking forward to it. excited about what's going to be coming for the future of The Walking Dead. Guys, do me a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, and of course, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of The Walking Dead. Was this episode everything you expected from last week's teaser of the governor being visible at the end of the prison? Was it lacking anything? Was it something that you wanted to see? I'm curious to know exactly what's going on there. And as always, we are going to be back next week to talk about the next episode. We're nearing towards that mid-season finale. I'm sure we're going to start hearing about when that's going to happen. In terms of that, there's about 16 episodes planned for this season. We're coming up on episode 7 next week. So as always, keep it locked in directly on Peep This Out. We're going to be talking about that the very next day after it comes out. And as always, you all know what's up. This has been your boy Ian K for Peep This Out. We will talk to you then. Stay frosty.